Hi, it's Siobhán, one of the journalists up at Manx Radio, and welcome to the latest edition of our newscast. Okie dokie. You probably remember this from last time, but can you introduce yourself for me?
Hiya, my name's Liz Hignett, and I recently did a charity walk in memory of my husband, Darren Hignett.
Perfect. And anyone listening will remember this was back in the summer, really. I suppose tail end of the summer?
Yeah, August.
Yeah,
August time, yeah.
Tell me about it first. So the first one you did was over back at home in Liverpool.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got on with that one.
So we split the walk between Liverpool and the Isle of Man. And the original walk we did from where we started, where Darren was born. We walked to where he grew up, to where we met, to where we lived when we first met, and then to his absolute second love of his life, Goodison Park. And then from there back home to where we lived and raised our family before moving to the Isle of Man.
Perfect. And how did you get on around that? Because we can get into this in terms of like the total, in terms of the total. But I feel like you've got very generous Manxies, you've got very generous Scousers.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of people sort of cheering you on if they saw what you were doing?
We did actually, didn't we? Yeah, yeah, there was a couple of people who stopped us actually on the road because we had T-shirts on and we had them on a laminate. Well, we had a couple of laminates of him, so he came with us on the walk. And we had T-shirts on with, it was like a QR code where you could scan and donate direct to the charity. And a couple of people had stopped us and seen us either walking initially to where we were going and then obviously on the way back. And yeah, they donated, just asked what we were doing. They said they'd seen us. There was a big gang of us. We had quite a giggle actually. It was really good. But yeah, people did stop us on the way, and that's really nice, that, because you kind of, it enables you to talk about what we were doing, how wonderful it was, and how wonderful Daz was, really.
And you had a big gang as well going around Liverpool. It was a big family affair, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we looked right at home in a gang, to be fair, I think. Yeah, we had lots of family with us. Obviously, there was me and Darren's children and his sisters and their partners and a couple of nieces and nephews. Yeah, there was a fairly big gang of us, wasn't it? Yeah, it's good.
Perfect. And you didn't have too bad weather, because we discussed this
all
as
right.
well.
It was a bit cold, but yeah, no rain, no winds.
Perfect.
And a bit of sunshine, actually, when we did the Liverpool walk, which was quite nice.
Okay, that's ominous. When you did the Isle of Man one, what was the weather like?
Because that was over 2 days. So there were spells, shall we just say, but look, hardy Scouser, nothing that I'm not used to. So powered through, we did, and it was fine. I think the Sunday was worse than the Saturday, actually. It was a bit wet on the Sunday morning, a bit windy, but yeah, powered through.
And that one was round, so you started at the sea terminal, and like you say, it was over 2 days, but you walked home essentially, didn't you?
We did, yeah. So I started at the sea terminal on the Saturday, and we finished at the shed, and we had a brew and some of that lovely crumble. They do like a crumbly, ice creamy, custardy, desserty type thing. I don't know what you'd call it. What's it called? A crumble. Yeah, a crumble. we had a crumble and a cuppa and a sausage. They do wicked sausage rolls. Some sausage rolls.
It's like an advert for the shed.
It is, yeah, I know. Yeah. And we finished there, and then that was on the Saturday, and then Sunday we started at Laxey, and that was a bit treacherous actually. The weather wasn't great, was it, when we first started off? And we walked up Manorca Hill and then decided to avoid the everlasting bend, so continued to walk upwards, which was I've got nice glutes, I think.
Yes.
As a result of that.
And that one, you were inviting a few people to come out, and if anyone wanted to cheer you on, even just from the sea terminal. So did you have a good turnout for that walk?
We did, yeah. We had lots of beeps and waves. People that we didn't expect turned up. Different people joined us at certain sections of the walk and walked with us for just little spaces at a time. And again, it's a great opportunity to talk about what we were doing, raising money for anti-cancer, about the charity, and again, just about how wonderful Daz was, really.
Perfect. Well, we need to talk about it then. When I was asking you how much you wanted to raise, you sort of said, times are tight, £500 would be amazing.
Yeah.
I've got the result here. You had a little look on the way in today, didn't you? But it's nearly £4,000. It's £3,760.
I know.
So
slightly phenomenal.
What's your reaction to that?
I know times are tough, and it's hard sometimes to, when you're not affected. I think what happens is people understand and appreciate what 1 in 2, they say now, are the statistics that 1 in 2 people will be affected by cancer, and I think people feel that. A lot of that is tantamount to advertising and does and who we are, I suppose. But I think the people who, because like we met someone on the boat who were Liverpool fans and actually did dig deep in their pocket and give us 15 quid, but they'd heard the advertisements on the radio and they'd give us 15 quid, which isn't, you know, that's not pennies, is it? It's a fair whack. So yeah, I think people can relate, you know, and all the way through I've talked a lot about hope. That's all we had in the bag, lots of hope and lots of humour. You'd have to laugh, didn't you, sometimes in the face of adversity. So lots of hope, lots of humour. And I think people relate and know that this is a real thing. And, you know, cancer's, it's 6 letters that form a word and it's quite indiscriminate. It doesn't, you know, there's not a type, is there, that gets cancer. And when I think of Daddy, you know, he was 51 when he was diagnosed. No predisposition. I've said all this before. Nothing in his family history. Didn't drink, didn't smoke. Liked a spicy curry. That was his only vice, really. So I think, yeah, people relate, and I think the hope element, anti-cancer do a lot of work around looking at research, and that's what allowed us. We knew Darren was palliative and terminal in December 2022. That hope gave us till September 2023, and I think that allowed us, you know, we'd never travelled, we didn't have passports. We went on a cruise, we renewed our wedding vows on the cruise. It allowed us that opportunity because that's all I have now, are those memories and they're, you know, and a beautiful legacy in his children, but it allowed us that time, it gave us that hope. So yeah, I think people relate to that maybe.
Extremely generous.
Yeah.
Just blown away by it.
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Your daughter's in the corner there. She didn't let me put the microphone on,
I know.
but she's piping up now. Oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
Keeping me in check. Yeah. Making sure I didn't say anything.
She was doing the BBC line a minute ago of saying, like, you know, the other brands are available as well. Yeah. She's thinking radio over here.
When we plug in the shed.
Well, I suppose now that you've done the big walks, you mentioned going up the hill in Laxey. Are you going to do the parish?
No, absolutely not. No, I quite like my toenails, actually.
And what do you think of people who do the parish?
I think they're amazing. It's absolutely the most wonderful thing in the world, but it's not for me.
No, I don't think, like I said, I thought that your walk was more my speed, you know, stopping off for a
with
crumble.
A bit of cake, and a cuphead, and a bit of a chat, you know, catching your breath at the top of Menorca Hill, not continuing on at 4 miles an hour or whatever you need to do. But no, parish is not for me. Yeah. Wonderful that people do it, but yeah. Yeah. But we have got some ideas. We were thinking about maybe doing something every year. Mm-hmm. And we did think about Kilimanjaro. But the Scouse version...
But you don't want to do the parish?
But the Scouse version would just kill a man for his gyro. Well, we can't think of a hill that would be big enough in Liverpool or a mountain.
We need to practice on something.
We do, yeah. So I think what we're going to do is, because of his love of the blues, Everton...
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we're going to do 10-mile walks in the 10 weeks leading up to his 2nd anniversary. Oh, that's the plan. And again, it's just to keep that focus and awareness that... Like I said previously, you know, Darren had no symptoms, really. Mm-hmm. This came right out of the blue. He was fine, fit and healthy, never been to see a GP. You know, it's real. It does happen. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, you talked a lot about, like you say, about hope and about, like, and last time when I asked you about Darren, you told me a little bit about him and stuff. This amount of money, I mean, what do you think he'd say to you?
Well done, G. Wouldn't he? Well done, G. So my nickname was GG.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think he'd say, well, I think he'd think I was mad for doing it in the first place. Because I did a couple of other things when he was ill. And I suppose it can be difficult looking after someone you love who you know is we never looked at a scan. We never had a prognosis. But I think we knew it was just a bit too painful for both of us to acknowledge, really. So I think I did some charity events prior to Darren becoming, I want to say more poorly, but he wasn't really poorly until the last couple of weeks. But I'd done a stupidly, don't even ask why I did this. So in October 2021 till the 1st of October 2021 till Christmas Eve 21, I ran 2 miles a day and did 200 sit-ups.
But why?
I've no idea. I've absolutely no idea.
I love that honestly, I'm loving the mother-daughter dynamic here of Emily laughing in the corner there as soon as you started mentioning that.
But you were a good support. You cheered me on, didn't you? In the car. Yeah, in the car, yeah. Bye.
That's, again, not to keep bringing up the parish, but that's my speed of the parish is being in the support car.
Yeah.
And just cheering them on,
I mean, to be fair, 2 miles, I wasn't fast. There's no road runner.
But you did it every day.
I did it every day. From the 1st of October till Christmas Eve. And I got about £3,000 for Macmillan.
Wow,
so that was a big thing. And then what was the other thing I did? I walked from Andreas to Ramsey every day, didn't I? And I did that for... Darren was under the urology department at Nobles and under the wonderful care of Mr Hussein. And I always knew he was in safe hands with Mr Hussein and Ian Lampkin from Clatterbridge. Huge shout out to you, to love and respect to both of those gentlemen. They really helped us in our journey. But they... because of what Darren had, I fundraised for the urology department to buy them a male catheterisation model to help, because I taught on the pre-reg programme then, so to help students and new members of staff and junior members of staff learn that process of male catheterisation. And I think we got about £1,500 for that. So we managed to buy that. But I've just managed to get some charity funds as well from the Henry Bloom Noble and buy 2 mannequins.
I was going to say, I was about to bring this up. I've seen you in a picture of the mannequin.
Yes.
I spotted you there.
So we managed to bag, quite a large sum of money. And forever the Scouser, originally the mannequins were going to cost about 48k, and then I found out that we don't pay VAT on charitable funds, so I asked, because we still have the 48k, and we got some additional training equipment for the student nurses, which will be completely invaluable to their training, and a great, it's just wonderful that they've got the opportunity to be able to practice some of these clinical skills in a really safe, controlled environment where they can kind of almost hone them skills before they're let loose really on the public. But so that's another. I've been a busy bee actually this year, haven't I? I think I need to take a bit of time.
Well, you've just helped with talking about the mannequins. That's brilliant for me. I'm just going to take that news clip. That's one for over Christmas about the mannequin. No, but genuinely, I mean, it's amazing. I think like the amount of money. I know it's blown you guys away, but it was amazing to watch as well. It was like ticking up, wasn't it? And it was like, oh, it's happening. And then there was the second walk, and then so I hope you do have some well-deserved rest over Christmas.
Thank you.
And a drink and like toast to him, and I hope
just one drink,
just one,
but a large one,
a bottle, just one bottle.
I actually went out on a works night out last week at 3:00 in the afternoon. Said I'd be home for 6. Turns up at 12:30. Via Mackey's.
She's a Scouser, ladies.
I absolutely am. There's only me on the dance floor from about 6:30 till 11:00.
That's the way you need to be.
Some skills, I tell you, I've got some skills.
That's it.
It's all that walking, it's given me strong thighs.
That's it. She can dance now. That's it. No, but and keep in touch about future fundraising.
Thank you.
Do,
I will do. Thank you.
And I'll come on the next one.
Yeah, you have to.
I have to. Yeah. I've just said it. So.
Everton, and it's 10 miles. Get training now.
All right, I'll try. I'll give it a go. But thank you for coming up again.
Oh, no, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio Newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.